Please excuse the intervention, but we have just gotten multiple reports that today, July 8, 1994, Kim Il-sung, the North Korean leader since 1945, communist politician and marshal, has died at the age of 82 at 2 a.m. this Friday morning. Shortly after noon, the Korean news agency issued a 7-page announcement of Mr. Kim's death, which he said was a man capable of creating something out of nothing. He turned our country, where age-old backwardness and poverty prevailed, into a powerful socialist country, independent, self-supporting, and self-reliant, the statement said. It called him the son of the country. The Korean War, where Mr. Kim generalized for the North, was the first major armed clash between the Free World and Communist armed forces when the Cold War became hot. In 1948, Korea became divided in occupation by the U.S. and the USSR, the North being communist and the South being democratic. The attack came on July 25, 1950. North Korean armed forces struck without warning across the demarcation line. Meeting little resistance, within 36 hours, North Korean tanks were approaching Seoul, the capital of North Korea. The United States reacted swiftly with great determination. Immediately after the attack, the United States requested that the UN Security Council hold a special session which passed an unanimous resolution calling for the end of hostilities and the withdrawal of North Korean forces to their former positions north of the 38th parallel. Soviets were boycotting the Security Council to protest the failure of the UN to include communist China in its deliberations. In any case, the resolution was ignored by the North Koreans in the South Council and met again on June 27th and passed another resolution recommending that the members of the United Nations furnish such a system to the Republic of Korea as may be necessary to repel the armed attack. On June 27th, President Truman committed U.S. air and naval forces to the police action, as war was never formally declared, as well as ground forces stationed in Japan. The North Koreans, however, continued their advance. By the end of June, more than half of the Republic of Korea army had been destroyed, and American units were forced to retreat southward. In early August, a defense perimeter was created around the important port of Preußen at the southeastern corner of the peninsula. After violent fighting, the defense line was established. As American forces and an army from the 15 other nations poured in, General Douglas MacArthur, Commander-in-Chief of U.S., decided on a daring amphibious landing of Incheon, a west coast port just a few miles from Seoul. The brilliant operation, launched on September 15th, 1950, proved successful, and the North Korean army was forced to retreat back across the 38th parallel, pressed by public demands for a complete victory. The Truman administration gave General MacArthur the go-ahead to pursue the enemy across the demarcation line, justifying the decision. The first crossings took place on October 1st. United Nations Republic of Korea forces moved north, and by late November they were nearing the Yalu River boundary between North Korea and China. The seesaw struggle was reversed once again by the entry of the Chinese volunteers into the war. By early December, UN troops were again in headlong retreat, a withdrawal marked by great heroism but resulting in near disaster. But in the end, communists finally modified their position in forcible repatriation of prisoners, and the final armistice agreement was signed, July 27, 1953. It resulted in a ceasefire and the withdrawal of both armies almost a mile from the battle line. Thank you for your time. That is all today.